Today's adventure takes us to the Arnold Rim Trail, where we went on a nearly 10-mile round-trip hike out to San Antonio Creek Falls. The Arnold Rim Trail leaves out of the Sierra Nevada Logging Museum near White Pines Lake in Arnold, California. If you like this type of video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel to continue to get updates on videos with my newest adventures. We took our hike on Mother's Day when the dogwoods were in bloom. The flowers were active as well, and there's plenty of sights to see from the trees, both alive and dead, as well as the beautiful views from the outlook over San Antonio Falls. We parked our car at the Sierra Nevada Logging Museum and headed right across the road to the trailhead. The first mile or so is a beautiful paved trail, easily walkable by most people as it's level. Eventually, it does turn into a dirt trail, but luckily there are trail markers along the way to guide you and let you know the distance to the next point of interest. It is a pedestrian trail, and as you can see here, bicycles are allowed, but motorized vehicles are not. If you plan to hike the Arnold Rim Trail, you may want to start by visiting their website. They give a lot of information about the trail, as well as a link where you can download free maps off of Venza. There's detailed instructions on how to access the free maps and load them on your phone. Once you're a mile and a half or so in, it's a nice compact trail with any trees usually cleared out of the way, and you can walk right through the middle as you can see here. Here's a little segment just showing us walking down the trail for a moment. There are a few forks in the trail, so make sure you pay attention to the trail markers. And even though the trail may be flat in the beginning, there's still bushes and trees that do grow over the trail, and you might find yourself dodging plants, tree limbs, bushes, and occasionally stepping over a log or two. About a mile or two into the hike, you can tell that they had been doing a lot of fire prevention, moving trees, disrupting plant life. There's actually a lot of tractor marks along the trail, which has churned it up so it's not so hard and compact, and you actually kick up a lot of dirt. With a group of people, it was a little better being to the front with the amount of dirt being kicked up through this stretch of the hike. After hiking for well over a mile through an area that had been cleared for fire prevention, we finally hit a fork in the road, and the trail did clear back up to walking through the trees, and it did get a little steeper as you're going in and out of canyons and dodging some trees here and there. We found ourselves ducking under trees and branches, stepping over logs. We also had a few places where the trail had been altered due to the amount of trees and brush in the road or the path that made it unwalkable, so they had created a new temporary path just to get around specific areas. There are some pretty unique, cool looking trees on this trail, whether alive or dead. Here's a lovely segment, just walking on a nice stretch of the trail through the trees. I have sped this up just a bit to make it a little shorter, yet still show you some of the trail. Here's a few shots from the San Antonio Falls overlook. It was quite a rocky point, and to actually see the falls you had to climb up to a point, but you could also go through this hole, or the little cave if you will, that would take you to the other side. After taking in the views, it was time to head back to the car. We knew we had 4+ miles and it was getting late in the day. Unfortunately, it wasn't all downhill from here. As you can see, there's a fair amount of stepping over logs, getting around trees, and other obstacles along the way. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but apparently I had something to say. Yeah, I didn't exactly see this tree coming. He got me. Did I mention there's a fair amount of debris we had to step over? And now we're back to dodging the small branches. I don't know if it comes through in the video very well, but you find yourself going up and down these hills, in and out of these little ravines and valleys, and on the way back after 6 or 7 miles, it can become a bit taxing. At this point, we're about 2/3 of the way through our hike, kind of back to flat ground, pretty tired, and it is just a lovely, lovely walk through the woods. It's getting late in the day, so make sure you pay attention to those trail markers so you get back to the car before nightfall.
I know. This flat is sure nice, huh? Pretty, pretty. Oh yeah.
This is a very peaceful walk back to the car as the sun is just hitting the tops of the trees. After hiking well over 7 miles, it was certainly nice to see a trail marker that said 2.2 miles back to the car. We didn't actually walk this fast back to the car, but it was a nice, paved, flat walk back.
Is that lake through the trees? Yeah, I see it over there, yeah. Oh, look at us. We survived our what?
Yeah, 9 miles, 69, 9.9.
I just clicked 19,000 steps just now.
I did pause my watch a couple times during our hike, so it was probably a little closer to 9.5 miles. We are back to the Sierra Nevada Logging Museum, the parking lot, and our car.
All right.
And that's a wrap.